Okay, welcome to today's training. I'm just going to share my screen with you and we'll try and get through this. I'll try and get through this in under about 15 minutes. So let me share my screen with you and we can get started. So I'll move myself out of the way. Let's go full screen. So today's topic is all about the 5 key ingredients to running faster. Yeah, my name is Stuart Marshall, aka Coach Stu, qualified run coach, strength and conditioning coach, many years as a PT, nutritional experience, and a self-proclaimed slow runner, and proud of it as well. Now, there are many ways in which you can increase your speed, increase your pace. There are many ways in which you can run faster. There are things you can do which is going to help you run faster. Today, I'm going to take you through the five key ingredients, the 5 key action points, if you will, that I would consider the best bang for your buck. So they're going to maximize your results while minimizing your time. Yes, there's lots of things that we can do to make ourselves faster runners, but the 5 key topics I'm going to discuss with you today are going to give you the most impact, the most dramatic impact in the shortest amount of time. So let's get into them. Number 1, specific speed work. Okay, I'm going to go again because it's important that we understand that. Specific speed work. And when I mean specific speed work, I mean specific to the distance that you are training. Okay, let's have a bit of a look. So I say specific because getting faster at 5-kilometer distance, it has a really different approach than what you would take is if you're trying to get faster at the marathon distance, for example. So yeah, any speed work is going to be helpful. Again, if we're looking to maximize our results, we're looking to have the most amount of impact in the least amount of time and the least amount of effort, multiple training sessions and things like that. Specific is where it wants to be at. So if we have a look at an example of specific speed work for the distances. So let's look at a 5-kilometer speed session versus a marathon speed session. So a really solid, common speed session for the 5-kilometer distance is really simple. It's 5 1-kilometer repeats, and you want to be running them faster than your goal pace. And you take between 2 and 5 minutes recovery between each kilometre. Okay, example. So your goal is, I want to run 5 kilometres in 30 minutes. That's a pace of 6 minutes per kilometre. So you would aim to run your 1-kilometre repeats at, say, anywhere between 5:40, 5:45 and 5:55. So that is faster than your goal pace. And in between those 1-kilometre efforts, you would take as much as 5 minutes recovery. Because again, trying to get faster at that 5-kilometre distance, it's a much more physical demand and different energy system than getting faster at marathon distance. And you'd continue on with that session until you were hitting those sub 6-kilometre paces, all 5 of them, and you were taking, less than 60 seconds recovery. Now, if we look at a marathon speed session, it might look a little bit something like 20 minutes warm-up, right? So you're at a very, warm-up pace, a very comfortable pace, a very aerobic pace, and then we might do 45 minutes. Now that could, depending on where you're at in your training plan, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, 40, 45, 60, an hour, 30, 2 hours even, quite a long extended period of time is my point there, at just faster than your goal race pace. So let's say you want to run your marathon at an average pace of 8 minutes a kilometre. And so you would run that 45, 60 minute, 50 minute, 90 minute, whatever period time it is, you would run that at, say, maybe a 7:30 or 7:15 pace. It's faster than what your goal race pace is. And then you just do like a 15-minute cool down. So even for a marathon, guys, speed work is still really, really important. It's just done at a different intensity, a different frequency, as you wouldn't do as many speed sessions, and a different recovery approach is needed as well. So that's really why specific speed work matters, and that's why specific speed work to the distance is so important. Okay, moving on to number 2, specific, that word again, specific strength and conditioning. I do love being specific, don't I? Ladies and gentlemen, we are runners, right? That's our primary objective is to be a runner. So we should be doing our strength and conditioning that directly relates to improving our running. Okay? I love a bench press, don't get me wrong, I really, really do. I love bench pressing. But does it directly relate to improving my running as much as something as a weighted step up? Probably not. So I should be focusing more on those specific movements than perhaps just ones I enjoy. Again, 80-20 balance. All of our bodies move in slightly different ways. So my body moves in a different way to yours, which then creates different demands for specific and individual loads. So we want to be training, we want to be strength and conditioning training to meet those individual and specific demands that your body's movement requires, which is going to make you a faster, stronger, a more efficient runner, and obviously less injury prone. Let's have a little bit of a look at some specifics here. So I'm sure all of us have heard, as a runner, do core exercises. Personally, I can't stand that term. It's just so blanketed, do a core exercise. Okay, cool. What is a core exercise? Why am I training my core? What does it do? How do I train it, as a runner, as opposed to someone that's training for aesthetics? Someone's training, their abdominals to look good. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit and let's have a little bit of a look at what the core, where it is, and what it does. So first of all, where is it? Guys, I want you to put your hand, your finger, whatever, on your belly button, and then just visualize a belt that runs 6 inches down towards your groin area, and that belt runs all the way around your body. That's what we call your core belt. Okay, so that is your core. When we're talking about runners and talking about training the core, we talk about still nothing changes. We still train in a 360-degree plane. So the core belt. It's not just your abdominals, okay? Those the fancy abs that we see on the cover of magazines, the six-pack. It's not just those. We're also looking at the diaphragm, looking at the obliques, the hip flexors, your glute max, your glute medius, your psoas. All those muscles should be trained in your core exercises, okay, as a runner. So what does our core actually do? Look, in the simplest form, it connects our upper body and our lower body. That's really what it does. It connects us through muscles, ligaments, tissues, all those sorts of fancy things. And it helps with your posture, stops you from falling forward. And its main job, your core's main job, is to protect the spine. So we obviously want that nice and strong. And this is where training your core in a 360-degree plane becomes so important, because where is our spine? Our spine is at the back of our body. So just doing sit-ups or just doing abdominal crunches is not enough. We need to train our core as a runner. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look at a runner's specific move, just for example. Okay, I'm sure most of you, 99% of you, are going to have done or at least know what a plank is. The elbow plank, also called a bridge. It's commonly a very, very highly prescribed core exercise, very poorly executed as well. very highly prescribed. Is it effective for runners? Sure, yes. When done correctly, it does its job. Are there better and more specific options? Yes, there is. And there is the research to back that up as well. So a plank is what we call a stable move, right? So you're on even if you're on an elbow plank, we've all done planks where the elbows are on the ground, fists are on the ground, and we're just laying in that straight bridge plank motion. And we hold still. The object of that is to hold as still as possible, not to let your back sag and things like that. So you have to produce static muscular force to keep you still. When we are running, we're never still. We're always moving. So would a better alternative not be something that replicates our body's movements? So sure, planks, no dramas. Let's do some alternatives. Let's do a traveling plank, where we go up and down, from high plank to low plank. Let's go to a rotating plank where we're twisting. Do a side plank, Copenhagen plank, where we have 1 foot elevated, bringing the hip flexors and the psoas in play. So let's think specific, and yeah, you should be doing really, really specific moves. Okay, moving on to number 3, and this is a big one that so many people get wrong: rest and recovery. So without a doubt, it's the most common mistake, and I hear about it all the time, not giving the body adequate recovery from a previous training session. We tend to push ourselves really, really hard. We tend to reduce recovery periods or try and increase our pace too much. We try and do too much too soon, and the body at some point will give out and say no, and this is when injuries come in. Fatigue in the body is a massive impact on your ability to perform at that higher level. And when we are running, our bodies are demanding a lot from us. They're demanding a lot of energy, a lot of effort. So we want to be at our peak. Before I go on to the next one, does anyone have any idea of the time frame, an adequate time frame for recovery can be? Now, it obviously varies between rural individuals, so it will vary from athlete and certainly level of fitness, history and everything like that. But I'll bet you it's longer than what you think. Generally speaking, it can take anywhere from 36 to 48 hours to recover from a high level session. That's as much as 2 days. A lower intensity session, sure, could very well be as low as 12 to 24 hours, but that's a long recovery period. So you think about it, if you do a hard session on a Saturday, you really shouldn't be doing another hard demanding session until at least Tuesday, depending on your conditioning and depending on your level of fitness. But yeah, this is where not taking adequate rest and recovery really comes into play. So overtraining is the most common cause of injury, and it comes from not taking enough recovery. Okay? We'll have a quick look at some ways that you can aid in recovery and speed it up. So ensure you are getting enough quality sleep, and quality being the key word there. Not just quantity, but quality sleep. Okay? Fuel your body for your workouts by consuming a healthy, balanced diet. Whatever works for you, but balance being key. Manage your stress levels as best as you can. Stress plays a massive impact and a massive role in sleep, weight loss, and your ability to perform at high levels. So really being on top of your stress levels, and if you're out for a run, focus on that run. Stay hydrated. Really, really important one, and a really simple one. This body is 70% water. That's its happy equilibrium. That's where it likes to stay. When we're running at a higher level, those demands, that hydration demand will increase. So ensure that you are increasing your hydration to maintain that 70% happy equilibrium for the body. Okay. And also listen to your body. Your body is an amazing performance machine, but you need to listen to what it's telling you. It will tell you, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I need a day off, I need a walk, I need some. Listen to your body, team. I just cannot stress that one enough. Okay, adequate rest and recovery. Okay, the technical aspects of running. So getting the technical aspects of running is also going to help you get faster. Now, there's lots and lots of terms, and things to learn. Knowing how to breathe, knowing what your cadence is and how to improve it and why improving your cadence is important. Understanding how to pace yourself so that you don't go out too fast and exhaust yourself and then you're knackered for the rest of the run. So the technical aspects of running are very, very important, knowing how to control them. If we just have an example look at your cadence, how your cadence can make you a faster runner. So your cadence is literally how many times per minute your feet make contact with the surface you are running. So whether that's a treadmill, the beach, the trails, or the road. A faster cadence is going to make you a more efficient runner because the body is not working as hard and the impact when you are landing is less intense. This change alone, is going to give you a greater ability to maintain a higher level of intensity, but actually doing less physical work. So the more efficient we are as a runner, your cadence, ground contact, arm swing, posture, knee drive, etc., the more speed you can generate. So good running efficiency equals easy speed. So that's the technical side of running that we want to get hold of and understand, and yet practice it and work on. It will take time, but you will get there. The most important, effective, singularly effective tool that you can have in getting faster is accountability. So knowing all of the previous tips and tricks and tools that I've just given you is phenomenal, and it's a great guide. However, if you're not doing it, it's not going to be helping. So you need to be doing them week in, week out. You need to be progressing them. We want to take our cadence from 170 to 180. You want to go from that basic glute bridge to a single leg glute bridge with a hip flexor retraction. Fancy. So progression brings results, and that's what matters. Results are why I have a job. That's why I'm a run coach, because I get people results. So results matter a lot. Without measurable results, we're quick to throw in the towel. We give up. We just go, well, it's too hard. It's taking too long. So you need to be accountable. Okay, and if you're not accountable to yourself, then my question is, who are you accountable to? Okay? Nothing can outweigh the power of consistency. It is the most important factor. How do we get consistency? Consistency comes from accountability. So again, if you're not accountable to me as a coach, who are you accountable to? There needs to be someone that's guiding you, supporting you, keeping you moving forward and showing you your progress when sometimes you can't see it. That's a lot of what we do as coaches, is bring the best out in people. Accountability matters. Accountability it's the key ingredient. Everything else is fancy and phenomenal. And yeah, I hill sprints, we can do hill sprints, we can do drills, but you've got to be doing them consistently. And if you're not doing them consistently, it's not going to work. And if you can't do it consistently on your own, then you need accountability. Consistently and accountability go hand in hand. So that comes to the end of our presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. My inbox is always open. So if we just want to sit and talk running, I'm always open to talking running with someone. Hopefully this has given you a little bit of an inside information as to what you need to be doing to get faster. If you can implement just one of the items that I've gone through, you will get faster. You need to implement it consistently, but just one is going to make you a faster, more efficient runner. So happy running. I look forward to speaking to everybody soon. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your time.